All right, so it is Sunday, April the 9th, and we're going into week 4 of our retreat. And so what we want to do in this session is just simply go over what we need to go over. There is some stuff that you guys need to get done by Tuesday, but don't worry, it's all stuff we've done before. It's just we're going to redo it. So I think the best way to go about this is to just show you the agenda that I wrote up and put it on a screen share. Y'all can see my messy desktop. So in that email I just sent you guys, please let me know if you did not get it. But it has a link for the calendar, and my husband helped me with this, so it should work. I'm also going to put a calendar on the top of our page, just not as in detailed. And you can always click on the stuff within the calendar, the Google Calendar, and find out more details about that. So here is week 4. It's take a second look. Can you guys see that? Awesome.
Yep.
So it says this week, let's take a look at what we learned and take a second look at ourselves, our activities, and our influences. What attributes of your life are a good foundation for you to continue on with, or which ones do you want to replace with new attributes, actions, and attitudes that better serve us? So the stuff that really needs to get done, I'm sorry for itching my nose so much. Like I said, I woke up with a little cold this morning. The stuff that we want to get done this week is, what would you say your purpose is? And be careful, because your purpose is not the purpose of mankind. It's why do you exist? Why do you feel you were created? What is your intention and objective in your life? Right? And so this isn't going to be something, I personally don't feel that it's going to be something we're going to be able to sit down and knock out in 5 minutes. You know, it may take you all week to answer this question, and that's okay. By the time we're done with this retreat, you still may not know the answer to this question. That's okay. But we're going to still start to work on that. I can't see myself, so I don't know if y'all can see me. So I'm just going to roll with it. So here's tonight. Here's what today. I'm going to show you right now what we need to do by Tuesday. We're going to hop down here. So Tuesday night, it's time to redo our goals, priorities, roles in life, and virtues. Okay. So I put a little YouTube video on there of about 2 minutes of how we did that. We folded the piece of paper in half, put our goals versus priorities. Now, we didn't do it last week, and we didn't do it for a reason, because last week was about stillness. It wasn't about listing out goals and thinking, right? It was about not thinking. And so now that we had this week of stillness, and hopefully, or last week, and hopefully you're still going to incorporate that stillness into this week, but now let's start refreshing our memory and maybe changing up our priorities, our roles in life, and whatever it is. And redo your list of distractions. All right, maybe it didn't change much, maybe it did. Just redo it. And so Tuesday night, we're going to kind of take another look at all the tools that we've learned about how you can best serve your purpose. And some of the tools we learned were breathing, meditation, mindfulness, awareness, stillness, affirmations, journaling, visualizations, exploring distractions, and then identifying the ignorance, attachments, and aversions. So this is all stuff that we're going to think of throughout the week, but we're going to really just more discuss it and what's changed with you within all these categories since last week, if anything's changed. Now, don't think this may not be super profound for you, but the exercise will lead to that profoundness eventually, I promise. So basically, what in your life doesn't serve you? What doesn't bring you peace, love, and happiness? Why are you attached to this? And what is keeping you from letting it go? This is the main stuff that we're going to talk about on Tuesday night. So, but in order to talk about all that, what in life doesn't serve you, I need you guys to spend some time looking over your goals, priorities, virtues, worksheets, and your distractions. And then look at all those and compare them to all the tools. Think about how you've used your tools in each of those lists. Does that make sense? Cool. So Monday and Friday at 6 a.m. with Laura, y'all are going to be talking about more fears and ego. And ego, I think, is really important because once we can identify that and understand what that means for us, it's amazing how much our thoughts, our emotions, and our actions are created because of our ego. And it's very purifying to understand how we are almost controlled by that ego. And then once we release it as much as we can, it doesn't all happen at one time, then it everything just becomes a little bit more clear, and you start to see things more for as it is and not as you want it to be because your ego's telling you you should see it that way. And so on Monday at noon, we're going to be talking about yin yoga. That's tomorrow at noon. It's just going to be live and on Facebook. As always, it'll be recorded, and of course, it'll be there for you. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 a.m., we're going to be opening up the hips with a gentle yin yoga sequence. So it is for everybody. So bring a yoga mat, and please bring pillows also because we use props in yin. And tomorrow I'll be explaining that about props a little bit more. Wednesday, guys, I'm totally excited about this. We talked about this bits and pieces in the past, but we're going to be doing mind mapping at 6 a.m. in the morning. And it's a great way to help us understand a thought, conversation, or action that's bothering us. Maybe we don't understand. Here's an example. We're having issues with Axel, my 7-year-old at school, and learning, and I'm not quite sure what was going on. So I mind mapped him. I just did. I'll show you how to do all that on Wednesday. But I started to really understand maybe how he thinks, or where the cognition is lacking, no matter for what reason, his age or development, whatever. And it really, really helped me to understand how to better parent him and help him succeed in school. And you can do mind mapping for anything, absolutely anything. Tuesday night, we already talked about that, so we're going to move straight down to Thursday. Thursday, this is going to be a good one. I want you guys to put this on your calendar. I mean, for sure. I am going to be talking about protecting you, how you protect yourself from others taking away your time, and how you protect yourself from your own time. We're going to be talking about what is draining your time. Who are you spending most of your time on? How can you create more time tomorrow? I'm going to show you how to leverage your time today so you can create more time tomorrow. We're going to be talking about assigning time to certain activities and sticking to it. Blocking and batching. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is, but it's basically, using your time wisely. And how to say no. How to say no to people just so you can have more time, right? Because I think we, particularly as women, we want to say yes. And Maggie, in your case, I understand that you want to say yes. That makes you feel good. But at the same time, we can better evaluate what we want to say yes to, right? And so that we don't feel like we always have to say yes. We know when we should say no. And then Friday, you see that says from 2 to 2:45, it's going to be a live workshop with Lisette. And it's QI Gong, but it's actually Qi Gong. And it's working with subtle energy in your Qi. And then throughout the week, I'm going to be posting info on yoga, focusing on the hips, how to open the hips, how to strengthen and lengthen the hips. And right here, you'll see I actually added a little link to the anatomy of your hips. And I'm sorry if you think anatomy is super boring, but just check it out. It's 10 minutes, and it will give you a better understanding of the workings of your hips. Maybe like particularly the hip joint. It's a very unique hip joint. Actually, we talked about that a little bit on Saturday. And it helps you better identify pain and maybe what needs to be done because of the pain. It helps you better identify what's really going on with your body, because the hips connect the upper to the lower. So they're a little important. So talking a lot about the hips this week. Oh, that's a lot of information. Good thing I wrote it down. Okay, so at this point, while I have it up in the screen share, does anybody have any questions about it? Am I the only one like geeking out, excited about this? Please tell me at least somebody else is excited about this.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to open up the hips a little bit.
Yes.
I think that'll help me a lot, at least.
Good deal. Yeah, I think so too, Ashley. Well, okay, let me ask you this. Who all is actually doing the yoga stuff I have posted?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't think a whole lot of people are. And so I'm going to still put it out there, but I'm just curious as to, how effective the way I am giving the information actually is, and if there could be a better way to present the yoga information in particular, all of it really, but the yoga information that better engages you guys. So be thinking on that. If you have anything to say about it now, go ahead, or you can write me later, whatever.
I know.
I watch it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Maggie.
I watch it. I just need someone. I need someone here to tell me how to actually do it. So I can watch it all I want, but if there's not someone here instructing me, then I won't do it.
So, okay. So you need somebody there right by you, or do you think that if you had a better foundational understanding, you would do it by yourself, or do you straight up need somebody there?
If I had more understanding, I could do it.
Okay. What do you talk to me? What do you mean about understanding? Understanding on what?
I've just never done it before.
Have you tried to do any of the stuff that I've posted, or from the Yoga 101? And so what is it that you most don't understand?
I guess it's not that I don't understand. It's I don't know if I'm doing it right.
Gotcha. Right.
So that's all. I mean.
Yeah. No, that's great. That's great feedback. That's what I try to make Saturdays for, but again, it's only one time a week. You know what I mean? I know not everybody can make the Saturdays. That's a tough time. So, if there is any time, you guys, that you want to sit down and one-on-one this yoga thing together, let me know, and we can just schedule another time, just you and me, outside of all this, to where we can Zoom like this and talk about the form and everything, and I can kind of show you.
Okay.
And I will say that having I always encourage somebody that's just starting yoga to go to a yoga studio. I really do. Honestly, that's the best way to do it. But I know that's not feasible for everybody. So what we can do is, I can just help you figure out, when you're in that position, what you're supposed to be feeling and where you're supposed to be pressing out, and so just let's do that. Let's just do a little one-on-one.
Okay.
Ashley, what were you going to say?
Oh, I just like seeing the videos versus the worksheet.
Okay.
So for me, I'm more of a visual person, so seeing you go through the poses, and I have a little bit of experience with yoga, so even just listening to you talk during the videos, I can kind of go through some of the flows on my own.
Right, okay.
But anything I don't know, it helps me to see versus trying to read about the pose.
Gotcha. So, and then that's different from Maggie, because Maggie, you've only had experience with yoga one time, long time ago, and you got thrown out of class.
Right. Right.
So we'll say that as no experience. That's awesome. Courtney, what about you?
I'm sorry, guys. I was pumping. I was so quiet. I was like, multitasking. I need to work on it. So for me, I'm kind of half of what Megan was saying and half of what Ashley was saying. So I could use some of the one-on-one just based on like what I posted about my scoliosis and how whenever I have done yoga, certain poses have kind of hurt because I don't know if I'm doing them wrong or I'm doing them wrong based on my back. But I'm with Ashley, I like the videos because I'm a very visual person. So whenever I'm physically, like I'm seeing you do it, I can try to do what you're doing. I don't know if I'm successful at it, but I'm trying. So yeah, that's the videos you've posted, I've watched. I just haven't been very good at implementing all of it.
Okay. So what would help you guys better implement that? You don't have to answer now. Just think about it. Courtney, I can actually hear you thinking.
Because I'm wondering, I'm like, how could you? I don't for me, probably being in person with you is how I would, just because I think it would challenge me more to do it. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, I love in-person yoga. I mean, I really do. So I totally get it. But at the same time, you know, we do what we can when we can't obviously be together.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So I put a little bit of tough love in the email, and it's basically just, you know, kind of just committing to the last couple weeks or recommitting if you're watching the recording and you weren't able to make it on live. It's just kind of a general message for you guys to really think about the changes that you're wanting in your life. And, you know, and I can help you with those changes. But first, you know, you have to commit to yourself. You have to put in the time for yourself to learn and make those changes. And I've always said that if you're looking for change, if you're looking for a sign to change in your life and nothing is happening, then there's your sign. So recommit and, you know, just jump back in. If you need help catching up, let me know. At this point, there's not really a whole lot of catching up to do. And if you are, like with Catherine the other day, she was getting behind, and I said, hey, this is what you need to focus on. Just watch this, this, and this, and this. That's it. You know, because I know what she wants from the retreat. And so she doesn't have to watch all that other stuff. I can just highlight what she wants from it, and it's going to best serve her. And I can do that for you guys as well. So just reach out to me if you need that. So, all right. Well, I'm super excited about this week. So I will see you guys tomorrow morning, bright and early. Cool.
All right.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you.